Hello and welcome to this review of the Synneful Spinsters historical romance book series by Christina Britton. I'm Olivia, your favorite resource for book recommendations you can easily screenshot, and you're watching Random Olive Reads. Book 1 is Some Dukes Have All the Luck. Odd girl Bronwyn aspires to be a published entomologist, much to the dismay of her social climbing parents. They push her to marry a titled gentleman and are even more abrasive after a past heartbreak and a recently lost chance at courtship by a duke. Meanwhile, Ash is trying to recover his runaway wards and shield them from his and his father's poor reputation. They literally bump into each other in the street and then unexpectedly meet again at his manor when she visits his playful and inquisitive wards. Ash gets the bright idea to marry a woman who will care for the wards and proposes to Bronwyn. We have a delightful marriage of convenience here where they plan to spend 2 weeks together for appearance's sake, and then they slowly develop a supportive friendship. I loved seeing these two slowly learn to trust each other, but they're both still hanging on to the past hurts and betrayals. I also love how quick Ash is to defend Bronwyn's intelligence. Basically, any support of a partner's aspirations is an A plus in my book. What's a Duke Got to Do with It is book 2 of the series. We start with a tragic prologue for Katrina, who is the sister of a baronet enjoying her first flirtatious season. Just as it seems like her flirtation with a young lord might be headed somewhere, he's called away from the ball unexpectedly. What follows is another lord seeking into her window uninvited, being caught by her brother, and then imminent scandal. Years later, Katrina is resigned to living as a companion to a very stern dowager viscountess. And that idiot lord has attempted to climb into her window again, this time falling to his death and causing tons more scandal for Katrina. Meanwhile, Sebastian, that man who was called away at that last ball, has been digging his way out of his father's debts and is on the cusp of marrying a wealthy heiress. He just needs to do one last favor for her father, which is to distract her brother from marrying an actress. Sebastian and his charge find themselves hosted by the Dowager Viscountess. Now, Sebastian and Katrina have the opportunity to meet again and reconnect, even though both of their circumstances have changed, and for very practical reasons, they don't really have a future together. It's still fun to read how much Sebastian has been pining for Katrina all these years and how Katrina's odd group of friends rally behind her. The Duke's All That is book 3 of the series. Seraphina is living in the Isle of Sin with her two sisters running the circulating library on the island. She has a mysterious past and a little bit defensive and skittish. Turns out she was married many years ago, betrayed by her love, sent to an asylum by her father, and then ran away with her sisters to protect them. Her security is disrupted when her long lost husband Ian shows up on the Isle to demand a divorce. He believes that he was betrayed by her all those years ago, then thought she was dead, and only just learned that she was alive. And now that he's a duke, he'll need to marry again in the future, and he needs to be free and clear to do so. He doesn't tell Seraphina that he's a duke, though, just in case she has aspirations of being a duchess, but they do set off on a road trip to get that divorce. Along the way, they do actually start to talk to each other about what went wrong all those years ago and realize that they were both told lies by her father. He's interested in making the marriage real, but she refuses and wants to go back to her quiet life with her sisters. It's all a huge mess made worse by the fact that Ian is still secretly a duke. Overall, here we have a tight knit female friend group in this series in the form of the Oddments, a group of somewhat outcasts on the island who support each other through everything. While the books do move in chronological order, the stories are very much standalone and can definitely be read that way. Just pick your favorite trope and start reading. All 3 books were fun and delightful with just the right amount of quirkiness. Thanks so much for watching this video. Hopefully you found a book or two to add to your TBR. Links to these books are in the description box. Like and subscribe to get updates, and you can follow me on Instagram at randomolive.